Hello guys, and welcome back to another tactical analysis in our channel. So today we're going to do a preview of the Chelsea versus Bournemouth game that is going to be to take place at Stamford Bridge tomorrow. And this is the final game of the season for Chelsea, and it's very important. Though Chelsea are currently in the driving seat to secure Europa League next season. So this weekend it has been quite great for Cole Palmer, who has received many awards this the last month of the season. And Cole Palmer's 22 goals and 10 assists so far this season has seen him win the Young Player of the Year award, which I think he deserves it. We're also hearing that Phil Foden has won the Player of the Season, but Cole Palmer also had a huge shout. So let's look at Mauricio Pochettino's press conference. So Pochettino's press conference, he was talking about his future at Chelsea and the progression that he has seen in the team, with questions being asked how he would like to build on the current performances next season. But our point of focus is this game, because this game is very important for Chelsea, with the hopes of even finishing 5th. So Reece James, who picked up the red card in the last game, will not be able to feature this game. This is quite unfortunate because Chelsea also have problems in that position. So in the last game before Reece James came in, Malo Gusto actually lay down injured, but it looks like he's fit enough to start this game, going by what the press conference says. But we don't know whether Pochettino is going to pick Chalobah or Malo Gusto. And therefore, in my lineup, I have made some tactical adjustments and I've tried to make it something that Pochettino can pick. And in a few minutes, I'm going to display to you my preferred lineup for this game and how I'd like Chelsea to approach this game so that Chelsea can bag the 3 points and improve their goal difference. So Petrovic retains his position in goal. He's been quite instrumental for Chelsea. He has kept clean sheets recently, and also is looking more assured and is giving much more confidence to the backline. And this is something that Chelsea have been screaming for a goalkeeper. The centre-back pairing, the full-back pairing, I'm going to go with Gusto and Cucurella, and both of them are going to play different roles, with Gusto looking to play as a more offensive, overlapping full-back, while Cucurella will be playing more of that inverted full-back, either to invert as a third centre-back or invert in midfield to give Caicedo that protection. In the centre-back position, I'm going to pick Benoit Badiashile and Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva's final game at Chelsea will be tomorrow. He's actually leaving the club, and therefore it is very likely that Pochettino is going to pick him for his final match at the Bridge, and it will be a very painful send-off as he has been one of the best players in this team. In the midfield, I'm going to go with the double pivot of Caicedo and Conor Gallagher. This double pivot has actually played quite well, and Caicedo and Gallagher look to be quite assured, with Caicedo looking to be the one who progresses the ball and Gallagher being the one who wins the ball and actually presses from midfield. Ahead of them, I'm going to pick Cole Palmer, the Young Player of the Year and the player who's solely responsible towards creation of chances for Chelsea in this Premier League season. And it's something that we are really anticipating to see how he is able to manage and take Chelsea forward in that position. Now in the wide areas, you're going to pick Christopher Nkunku down the left, or Raheem Sterling can also start there, but Nkunku is more likely to start there, with Noni Madueke playing down the right. And this will give Chelsea a lot of threat, especially down the two wide areas. Leading the line will be Nicholas Jackson. His link-up play, his ability to pass the ball, his ability to shoot the ball, and also his physicality will be quite integral for the team, especially when the team wants to progress forward when Bournemouth try to create that aggressive press. Before we start our analysis, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. So Chelsea will most likely line up in a 4-2-3-1, with Bournemouth using a slight variation of a 4-1-4-1 or a 4-3-3 when they are pressing. The main aim when Bournemouth are pressing is to use Solanke to try and cover one side of the pitch, but because Chelsea will be using 3 players during build-up, and Cucurella, who will initially look to make that inverted role position with Caicedo so that they can create that 2 double pivot to try and outnumber Bournemouth in their aggressive high press. and the wingers and the forwards playing high and wide to create that pace and push Bournemouth's backline behind. And both Gallagher and Cole Palmer looking to play behind Bournemouth's midfield line. This will create a sense of isolation, especially for Cook, who will be playing as the solo pivot. So if Bournemouth decide to go man-to-man in the Chelsea's back three, then Petrovic can easily play the ball over to Malo Gusto, and this is why Gusto is very important in this team, because he can now receive the ball in the wide areas and look to immediately run forward and try to combine with Noni Madueke, Cole Palmer, and actually create goal scoring positions in these phases of play. But Chelsea can also in these phases of play, but Chelsea can also be pressed in a more pragmatic way with Bournemouth. If Bournemouth decide to commit 2 players into the press, then a ball can either be played, or a bounce ball can be played either to Bano Badishile, and Gallagher can either drift out wide to receive the ball down the left and look to try and link up with Christopher Nkunku, who will be hugging the touchline. Nkunku can start out high and wide, but later on during the game he can come in field and try to create those combinations in field together with the likes of Cole Palmer. Now, because Chelsea will be at home, Bournemouth will be quite reserved since they have nothing to play for. They are secure in the Premier League, and they can't actually go higher than they are at the Premier League table. Now, Chelsea can look to try and play very attacking and very competitive football in this game. So if Chelsea decide to build from the back when they are in settled possession, they cannot play like they played against Nottingham by having their fullbacks out wide. Because now in this position, Chelsea can have the opportunity to actually overload the midfield by either pushing Cucurella in midfield to play alongside Caicedo and having a pseudo back three. But since Bournemouth are only using Dominic Solanke in the press and is just one player, then there's no need of using 3 centre backs in that position. I have explained that why. You just need a +1 in defense, and therefore if Chelsea can build with a 2 centre back system, and Gusto can play slightly wider, creating that staggered attacking structure that Chelsea can use to try and play through Bournemouth. And he can try to play the ball to Noni Madueke and use Noni Madueke's 1v1 dribbling to run at the opposition fullback and try to create that space for Chelsea to actually look to attack down the right. And also this overload that can be created with either even Conor Gallagher looking to make those runs in the half space regions to try at least and play balls in the 6-yard space, or try to create those cutbacks, especially when Cole Palmer looks to run towards the edge of the box and either Nkunku running towards the far post. This can also be quite great for Chelsea because now they can have a lot of players attacking the box and actually looking to score a goal. Now, this overload down the right can be also a huge strength for Chelsea, with sometimes Noni Madueke receiving the ball deeper and having Malo Gusto push forward. And if Caicedo also joins there, then it means Chelsea are going to form a box down one side, and because of this overload being created on this side, Bournemouth will have to shift their entire backline and midfield line to try and accommodate this overload that is being created down the right. And this can give Chelsea the opportunity to actually switch play and play the ball towards Christopher Nkunku down that left hand channel and have Nkunku running at Bournemouth's left hand flank and looking to try at least and beat a fullback and look to try at least and score a goal and put Chelsea forward. And these are some dynamics that Chelsea can really look for in this game and try to actually play their football in a much entertaining way to try and satisfy the Stamford Bridge crowd. Now, even in these positions, Chelsea should be quite aggressive in counter pressing, especially since they will have a lot of players in midfield, and therefore the likes of Cucurella together with Caicedo should look to counter press and immediately launch the ball forward for the likes of Cole Palmer to try at least and create chances or score goals. Without possession, Chelsea should also be quite aggressive. We know Bournemouth like to build with a 4-3-3 system. So Chelsea can either use their 4-4-2 system, and their main aim can be trying to use Conor Gallagher to be the one to sit on the pivot and try to cover all those spaces in midfield. And this can be aided with Caicedo playing slightly deeper and Chelsea forcing the ball to be played on one side of the pitch, where they can use an aggressive touchline press and actually force Bournemouth to go long where they can regain possession. Once they have scored a goal or once they are comfortably in the game and they are trying to defend their lead, Chelsea should sit in a 4-4-2 structure. That structure should be something that I have seen recently. It is well organized, well compact, the wingers dropping in midfield, and their main aim is using a piston press forward. When Jackson looks to press a centre back forward, tries to cover that passing channel, then Palmer can leave the holding midfielder and look to press the other centre back, with one midfielder pushing forward to deny the holding midfielder the time to receive the ball. Force the ball to be played down the wide areas and look to shift across and try to win that ball. Once that ball has been won in the wide areas, then the wingers, together with the dropping in number 10 such as Cole Palmer, should be ready to drop deep, receive the ball while Jackson is making that run to try and take the centre backs away from Cole Palmer. And once Jackson is in this 1v1 position, he should look to finish up and put Chelsea this game to bed. So Chelsea are currently making a run for the Europa League, and looking at the goal difference, they are quite favored against Manchester United, but the problem is Newcastle. So Chelsea need a point to make sure that they are safely in the Europa League, but it will be very good for Chelsea to try and win. Maybe Spurs can lose to Sheffield United and Chelsea can actually clinch that 5th position in the table. Maurizio Pochettino is looking to be quite positive with the recent resurgence of his team. I'm going to do a detailed video explaining and comparing this how Chelsea played last season and this season, and looking how Chelsea have progressed under Maurizio Pochettino, and I'm going to compile that huge series next time. Also, I also have another surprise for you, that I'm going to do an in-depth analysis of Cole Palmer and how he has helped Chelsea to be the team that they are today. I'm actually going to use Marcus in my next video to see and bring more appeal in that video. Give us your score prediction, and if you've enjoyed this video, do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching.